Five Nights at Freddy's isn't confusing because it's random. It's confusing because the story is hidden. Every game gives you pieces, through gameplay, minigames, and small details most people miss. So in this video, I'm walking through the entire FNAF story in the exact order the games were released, explaining what each game actually shows us, and then rebuilding everything into one complete timeline. No theories, just the story as the games tell it. The first game doesn't explain the story directly, it shows it. You're a night guard, you sit in a small office, you check cameras, you close doors, and you survive. But while you're doing that, the game is quietly telling you something is very wrong. The animatronics move at night, they walk through the building, and if they reach you, they try to force you into a suit. That alone doesn't make sense until you start noticing the details. On the walls and in the newspaper clippings, we learn about missing children, 5 kids taken inside the restaurant. The suspect was arrested, but never convicted. And then the animatronics started acting differently. This is the first major piece of story. The animatronics aren't just machines, they're possessed. And the game never says that directly, but everything points to it. FNAF 2 looks like a sequel, but it's not. It's a prequel. This time, the building is bigger, there are more animatronics, and you don't have doors anymore. You rely on a Freddy mask and a flashlight to survive. But the real story is in the minigames. These minigames are simple, 8-bit, short, but they show events the main gameplay doesn't. In one of them, a child is left outside. It dies, and the puppet finds it. The child becomes the puppet. In another, the puppet gives life to the animatronics. This is critical. This confirms the souls of the children are inside the suits. FNAF 2 doesn't just show murders, it explains how the haunting works. FNAF 3 jumps forward in time. The restaurants are gone, the story has become a legend, and someone builds a horror attraction based on it. You're working security again, but this time there's only one real threat. Springtrap. In the mini games, we finally see the man behind everything. He dismantles the animatronics one by one. But something unexpected happens. The spirits come back. He runs, he hides, and he gets inside a spring Bonnie suit. The suit fails, and it crushes him. That's how Springtrap was created. This is the first time we see consequences. The killer doesn't escape, he becomes part of the system he himself used. FNAF 4 changes pretty much everything. This isn't a security job, this is a child's perspective. You're in a bedroom, you check doors, you listen for breathing, and the animatronics are nightmares. These minigames show real events. A child is bullied constantly, and on his birthday, they take it way too far. They lift him up and put him in Fredbear's mouth. It closes. This is what's known as the Bite of 83. This is the earliest confirmed tragedy, and it shows something important. This story didn't start with murder, it started with loss. Now, before we get to the next section, if you like this video so far, go ahead and go down there and hit the subscribe and like button. Now, Sister Location pulls the curtain back. This is no longer a pizza place. This is a facility. You move through controlled rooms, follow instructions, interact with machines, and everything feels intentional. These animatronics were designed differently. They were built to capture children. Circus Baby confirms it. She tells you she killed a child. We're also introduced to the Scooper, a machine that removes insides and injects Remnant. This explains everything we've seen before. Remnant is what allows souls to stay attached. This is where possession becomes controlled. Now, FNAF 6 is where everything ends. You run a pizzeria, but that's not the real goal. You're collecting animatronics. One by one, they come to you. And then, at the end of the game, we hear Henry. This was planned. He gathered everything, all of them, and he burns it down. On purpose. This is the first true ending. The souls are released, the system is destroyed, but then it comes back. Fazbear Entertainment makes a VR game. They scan old data, and something comes with it. Glitch Trap. A digital version of the killer. Security breach shows what happens next. A massive pizzaplex is built, but underneath, the past is still there. Burn trap exists. Vanny is controlled, and the cycle continues. Okay, this is the timeline that I have come up with based on what the game tells us. FNAF 4 is the Bite of 83. After that is Sister Location, that also includes the experiments and Remnant. FNAF 2, the puppet gives life. FNAF 1, you have haunted animatronics. In FNAF 3, Springtrap is created. Now with FNAF 6, the fire ends everything. Then with Help Wanted, Glitch Trap reappears, and in Security Breach, the cycle continues. This is my run-of-the-mill timeline. That's the entire FNAF story as shown by the games. So now the real question is, does it actually or will it actually ever end? Comment what you think, and subscribe if you want more deep dives like this.